Welcome to a spirit animal message. And for this message, and if tonight's your birthday, I'd like to start off by saying happy birthday. For this message, we got Peacock, vibrancy, and we also got a cockatiel that you can't see just yet, but she was going for my cards. Peacock, vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. The female of the peacocks was standing out to me more so. The gold in the male's feathers stood out to me, so almost like I think of Midas's touch, where things that you're doing are turning into gold or work. Because I feel like this vibrancy, before starting, I kept getting this. My daughter and I were doing some, playtime before bed, and she kept talking about the unicorn. Oh, like we just kept talking about the unicorn, and it was just like the unicorn, and we just kept on. We really just looked up a bunch of videos, and it was just, I thought about the unicorn in this deck, because there is a unicorn in this deck, and it's under it. See how we have vibrancy here? Well, in that card, it's infinite possibilities. So it's like you're expanding what's possible for you, or you've put work into yourself in some way to expand what's possible for you. And all of that is starting, it's like that version of you is coming into that, you're coming into that frame of yourself, right? Peacock, vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. So you're recognizing your brilliance. You're recognizing who you are. It's like, I think about how some people need to be validated. Like, yes, you're definitely this. It's like, you don't necessarily need that. Like, yes, that does help the way you feel about something. Like when you get a compliment, that's a welcome energy to receive. However, you're embodying a version of yourself now, or you're coming into this focus of yourself where you know the truth about yourself, or you know that, I don't want it to sound ego, like full of ego, but it's confidence. It's confidence that you have succeeded in something somehow for yourself. That it's giving you zest for life. I think about how you're coming out in this vibrant energy, right? Your energy is just, you're shining, right? And then you have this revealer of truth, something that has been revealed to you about yourself. Coyote, revealer of truth. Don't take things too seriously. Make time to play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Life really, I feel like, taught you about those traps and tricks in life and how to clearly discern a situation. It's like for some people, they can see a situation, and even though it's clear what the situation is, it's like they have their own way of rationalizing something. And I feel like for those coming here, you're a person that can see what's in front of you clearly. Even if somebody tries, it's like you could be looking at something and somebody will try and tell you that you're looking at something else. And you're the type of individual that's going to be like, nice try. I know what I see. You can try and tell me I'm seeing something else, but I'm not going to, just because you're saying I'm seeing something else, My eyes aren't lying to me. I'm seeing this. Which, you know, sometimes when we're seeing something, you know, we're not seeing it in fully clear view, and somebody on the side of you can see it in a different angle. That's not to say that that's not valid or right. It's just to say, it's just an example. Eagle mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. And that last sentence, your wisdom inspires the world part, really, like when I said it, it emphasized in my mind almost like an echo. So you're going, those of you that are coming to this message, something that you embody, or something that is in your, that you work through, or your present moment of life, you're here to inspire others through being yourself. I feel like those that are coming here are just embodying a version of themselves that is present. It's like that sovereignty. I think of the eagle as a sovereign energy. And I feel like you're just very present with yourself. You're present with the universe. And that's another part of this, is like you're letting go of the past. And it's not just to say, oh, I'm letting go of the past. You've made peace with anything to do with the past. You've made peace as far as what could potentially ever coming from the future. And you're mastering, almost like being in that enjoyment space of life. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is like that collaborating, right? It's like you're collaborating with the universe. This could be like that. This is like also like this is also like a marriage card. You can be, but I think about how we could, it's like that ceremony, right? And then we have the Princess of Swords. So you could be cutting people out of your life, and not to be mean, but to properly work with life itself, so that maybe, so you could have room to meet that right person. But that's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this is more of you cutting. It's like you wield that sword of communication in the present moment, and it's like if the person you're with is for you and is got good intentions, then that's fine. You'll use that sword to let them know how awesome they are, and that you appreciate them and all those things. However, if there's anyone in your life that doesn't treat you the way you deserve, and feels entitled to do so, you are stepping into a version of yourself where you are not allowing people to treat you in a way where maybe they felt it was acceptable before, just because of where you were internally. And it's like work you put in is now just shining through you, based on how you're not allowing those, like say those not for you people, they don't sway you in what you're perceiving. What is a present moment position for those that are coming to this message? What is a present moment position card to assist me understand. Oh, well, I fell to the ground, so we're not taking it. You got some devil energy. I just got a message in my mind, so I want to apologize, but I just even heard in my mind, it was like, that's not, it was like, not it, not it. So I'm putting it back. I apologize, but I heard it was like, not it. So Hangman with the Queen of Cups. You may be sort of, it's like you don't know which way, you don't know how to move forward in a situation that is emotionally a lot to deal with. Think about how we have this Queen of Cups and how she's so graceful and she has this, you know, cup that's so, it's such this embodiment of love or receiving. It's like you're in a magnet, you're magnet, you're like this, you have like magnetism in some way, and bringing in what is right for you. I feel like right now you're in this space of clearing your vision through just introspection, that not sure how to move forward entirely. So going into yourself in this way to shift your perception, to be able to, when you stand back up out of this hangman position, this is just a metaphor, your eyes are clear as to how to move forward. Or maybe it's like something holding you back from being able to move forward in something, and then in your present moment something ignites. It's like a reignition of your fire, almost. It's like that passion, right? That passion. You see this cup, which is emotion, right? Passion. I see all these fireflies, or not fireflies, I apologize, dragonflies. So there's this transformation going on within you. And you see them, how they're all these little lights. They look like little lights, but these are all these little lights are little images of dragonflies. And I feel like you're becoming who you were always meant to be able. It's like life somehow may have almost taken this version of yourself almost away from you, but you fought back and came back to that potential within you. And, you know, where you weren't sure, you were going to be given through, and they were lights. They were like, they look like spirit dragonflies almost. So it's like the way that they're standing out, it's almost to say like spirit is guiding you through your transformation right now. And what is crossing you? That was like a fumble, so I wasn't sure. It was the moon. So things to be revealed, and then also potentially some form of walking away. So things revealed to you, which led to you potentially walking away from something or someone. You have this 4 of Swords crossing you. So this could be you more in this meditative space to get the guidance you need to move forward about something. This is just maybe more you working on your you stuff. And in this unapologetic way where it's like you're bringing yourself back to a peaceful state within. Maybe something had just pushed you internally, and this is that energy of reclaiming your nervous system or reclaiming yourself. What is the destiny of this message? What is the destiny of this message? Or what's the destiny of both listening? Ooh. So we have the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. I feel like this is speaking about your destiny is to follow your divine path, to follow what is right for you, to follow that navigator, right? That intuition, that inner navigator, and that external one that meets you in the middle to confirm yourself, right? I think part of your destiny this man almost looks like he's charting the world. You see how he's got the world on top of this staff, right? And then he's got these ships. It almost looks like this person is getting ready to map the world, and he's got this little world. He's like, yep, my ships are coming in. We're going to go out. We're going to see this place. And we're just going to really... It's like he already has this depiction of the world, but it's just like... This is like the small depiction, and he's going to see the greater of it all. Like he's going out to see the world, not just through a visual mapping of what somebody else has shown him. You know, this is him going in this beginning space of walking through that path that is being revealed, and standing confident and allowing that what is coming in for him, which is these ships. These ships are coming in for this individual to take him, as me just to give a story, to take him away to see the world. And I really feel like moving forward into your destiny, this is to say that you are going to see the world. That's your destiny. Your destiny is to be this guidance within the world, and through that you see it in ever more clarity, right? In increasing clarity. It's like so many people can have such a narrow-minded viewpoint, and then something happens and they're like, oh wow, I had this all wrong. I was very kind of maybe just arrogant to what I thought I know, or what we think we know. When we think we know something, we can make up a story that isn't even at all true, right? Just because we think we're the authority. And sometimes it's like your destiny is to be the authority within you and connecting with that divinity within you. Your distant past, a distant past card. So in the distant past, there may have been some form of reunion between you and another person, that there was just like a lot of nostalgic energy. Someone from your past, from your childhood, that may had started to re-engage into your life with you, towards you. What What is a card for the recent past? This also could be nostalgia. I almost feel like you were also, this also could be, and excuse me, but there might be this energy where you were reminiscing about a part of yourself that you thought in the more distant past, it was like, it's like you used to get nostalgic about a version of yourself you thought was gone, or you couldn't have that capacity to be anymore. And that's why it's coming out as like this nostalgic energy, because it's actually you being nostalgic about something that has to do with you. And you were stressed possibly in your head about it, things not returning, or you not getting where you were praying to get in within yourself, not so much of an external place to get to, but more of to be that capacity to be who you would need to be in any moment. What is a recent past card to assist me? A recent past card for me to, okay. In the recent past, you have the Four of Cups. And you see how this young man is at the tree and he's looking down, almost like he's sad. This could be, you know, where you have more potential than you maybe realize. And it's like the universe is somehow sending you that message of how much potential you have towards something. And it's like you're looking at maybe on as what your focus is, just maybe not on anything except for there's a sadness within this energy right now looking at this. And it's not just his image, it's just like you see this person very grounded, right? And you see how this person looks like he's like letting go of something. It looks like he looks like he's very sad and down, and he's just like this is what I am dealing with. Like, I don't mean to say that word so many times. However, and then some insight or inspiration towards what you're truly capable of. It's like, I think of myself today, just as use it as an example. I had injured myself at the start of the year. I had torn soft tissue in my plantar fascia, and it's not something that's very easy to do. Okay, I had overtrained for unfortunately quite a while, and it led to a moment where I was on the treadmill shortly after doing a lot of leg work, and I ripped soft tissue. And today was the first time I was able to run since that happened. There was this healing phase of overcompensating on one side because I could barely walk. And then there was this healing from the imbalance of weight distribution. And then there was, this space of like relearning how to walk normally, because my legs had tightness all throughout them. I got to, boost myself up with vitamins and just proper self-care to bring myself back to a version of myself that I had put work into. So it's just like I resonated to this message on a level, and there was just this a way for me to be able to explain. And that was like, I felt like I had come back to myself in this way today when I ran, because I honestly felt trapped inside of my body, who was such a person that was working out every single day in 5 to 6 hours every day, just hardcore work. It was like scrubbing a floor when you're frustrated at times. And, you know, instead of scrubbing a floor, I was working on myself. And it was just this gift today when I was finally able to break free and actually fully sprint run, because my hips and it's like my body got to slowly change and heal. And I felt like this whole year I was going through some weird metamorphosis, honestly. So that could be, and we saw the dragonflies, and there was this energy of transformation. So you could resonate to that. And the Two of Cups and the Princess of Cups just came out. So there's this like inner marriage and putting love toward yourself. Because yes, that's the Two of Cups, which can be love to people. However, that also can be almost like the masculine and feminine within you. Or almost like, you know what I feel like? It was like the conversation. It was almost the symbolism of the conversation that I was having with the camera, with you all, with the audience. It's like that resonance. I'm a cup, and then you all are this other cup of love, right? We were having this connection through that story, and there was that Princess of Cups. So it's just like that emotional connection, that emotional interconnectedness. So what is a future? Well, it's this morning, and I actually that's my bird, or my dog. Peanut! That would be my dog. Anyways, last night the phone had died. And then this morning I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I would love to, finish this message. And we have this Nine of Wands and this Knight of Wands. So you're slowly, it's almost like you're standing ready to, if you need to defend yourself or to take the lead in what you'd prefer your life to be like, or what choice you'd like to take. It's like you're ready to stand your ground. You're ready to defend yourself no matter what. It's like you can't see any of these people, but they're pointing their wands, in this way to almost say to this person right here, like, you're not going to get where you want to go. And this is you saying, it's like, yes, I actually am going to get where I want to go, because I'm going to get right past that wall of people. And I really think that this part of this message is, it's almost like while you sleep, you've been changing a lot somehow. I don't know how that would apply. And it's probably from work that you've already put in. And it's like you're transforming every day you are yourself. It's like it's like when you use your voice, and you repeatedly use it, and then you expand on it, because you get used to, you get comfortable using your voice, and then that comfortability within using your voice expands your mind, because when we use our voices and we give our voices a room to be something more than, just any singular moment, it's like giving yourself room to grow in so many different ways. So I really feel like part of this transformation for those coming here, it's like you're waking up to this new potential that you've had grown within yourself. And it's been slow paced, as it's been emerging within in your life. It's like every day you get a little bit more. However, it's this quick too, but it's methodically quick almost. It's like you're doing things, or you're changing in ways that when you meet a situation, you've changed maybe just in the last day enough to meet that singular situation exactly right. Whereas if you would have met that same situation maybe 2 or 3 days sooner, you know, if you weren't quite there. However, it's just like you are in this perfect divine time. You are in this alignment with the universe. So let's see. Let me see something. So that's like your future influences. Your future influence is that you're ready to stand your ground and forge your path forward, and you have what you need within yourself to do that. What is your environment? Or no, I'm sorry, I apologize. A perspective card. What is a perspective card for this message? Perspective card for this message. My bird's trying to come over here, so I was trying to get her to go on my head so she doesn't eat the cards. A perspective card, Spirit, to assist me with this message would be just greatly appreciated. So, Princess of Pentacles, you're laying this foundation so that you can, it's like a perspective is that you're laying the foundations for the best version of you. For that version of you that is full of, you know, beauty and perhaps luxury comes to mind when I saw this card. It's like she came from this path, right? You see this path? It looks like she came and she walked this path, and it took her some time, but when she got to where she was meant to be, you know, the ground looks like it matches her dress, like she's in alignment with the universe, like she came to the exact right place where, you know, her vibrancy matches the natural world around her. And you think about how we had Peacock at the start of this, that vibrancy. So a perspective card is that's what you've been evolving, where you can shine your full self and not feel like there's no that unapologetic energy. There she is. She just loves the cards. She loves to eat them. So that's your, and I think about that. That's your perspective, and that's really, and there's this justice or this spiritual or this enlightenment over a situation. And this is your environment. So within your environment, there may be, it's like your home or your yourself, that home of self. There's some form of justice surrounding you within that environment of self, whether that's your actual physical home or you're just your personal life. But if there's anything that had been quite right, or if there's something that that would require some justice to be dished out, I think like this is that card to say if there's anything that the universe, I feel like the universe is coming to bring balance to a situation. This shield on this image really stands out. So on her chest, it's like a chest plate, and it's like a shield. It looks like it's made out of some form of armor. And I feel like that's saying it's like you're protected. That's the perspective. And this is like the protection around her chest, around her heart, protection around your heart. So you could be dealing with something that's really affected you internally, emotionally. And I think about how something that really affects us emotionally, it affects us physically, our nervous system, our brains, everything. However, there's this message just saying that your heart is protected. You have guardians of some sort of in this way watching over you, and it's like things are gonna synchronistically happen where it's like you don't have to do anything. It's gonna be like the universe just was like boop boop boop, and it's like you yourself may have even had moments where it's like the incremental moments that add up that will bring this into play. So how is you're feeling in general around all this that you're dealing with? What is your emotions? How are you feeling, audience, around all of what's going on for you? How are you feeling? Ooh. Well, you feel like you're standing in your personal power. You feel like you've got the foundations to, like, you're this Queen of Pentacles. So you're good. That's how you feel. You feel like, don't worry, I've got this. However the outside world sees me, I'm solid. Okay, I'm one with the universe. I'm the boss of my being. I can financially receive what I need at any, like, you don't need for nothing. It's like the universe has got your back at all times, I feel like, or you've got, and that's like a working together with the all. You're fruitful, and you feel that. You feel like that's how you feel. You feel like you got this grounded, prosperous, that queen, just that regal. Like, go ahead and anybody, it's like you don't even perceive when somebody is honestly in a whole way trying to mess with you. And if you do, you're just like, it's all right. I know my spirit team's got me. And not in an a spiritual, egoistic way. And as I said that, because it was just like, ooh, back up. So, how is your life moving forward after all this? What is the final results? How is it moving forward for all of this? How is your life moving forward? So, Six of Pentacles. And this could mean a sudden financial windfall of some sort. This could mean an inheritance of some sort. However, moving into the future, you receive some sort of financial backing, came to mind, towards what anything you want to take care of. You see how these two, this woman and this man, they have their hands filled with money, and there's this like guru that seems to have appeared out of the ether through this portal behind him to hand them, to dish out all of these coins. I feel like things are gonna go full. What it is like something is gonna go full circle, is what I feel like is gonna happen. It's like something's gonna go full circle, and that is when a financial windfall of some sort is coming in for you. Yeah, and it's, as I said that, and I'm shuffling, and we find the Nine of Cups, this wish fulfillment. So it's like something you had, put steps within, and that full circle moment, and it brings in a leveling up within your prosperity, within your finances. So I'm going to pull one card from the 42 ideals of Ma'at in daily life. And it was just, there is something I feel like about how I had fallen asleep. And this message is just that slight, just to give me that hint to say, something is happening while you sleep every night. You're evolving, you're changing, you're in this metamorphosis space right now. I praise the goddess and the god. And I think about when you're in that space of metamorphosis, and I feel like right now you're actually emerging from your cocoon, and I think about how when a butterfly emerges from its cocoon, and it, when it emerges, it's still going through like things as it first emerges, and when it first emerges, and then once it's had a few moments outside of the cocoon, to fully feel the vibrancy it's changed to, right? To fully sense who it is now, right? Because it's not a caterpillar anymore, and it went through this entire metamorphosis, this entire transformation. And I feel like that's something to do with this message. Is like you're now that butterfly and you're about to take off. Okay, this is I praise the goddess and the god. So 38, 8, 9, 10, 11, so 11. So pay attention to what you're thinking right now. Pay attention and let your thoughts pass, but pay attention so that any insight or inspiration on your path that you may sense, you catch. The word netter describes the gods and the goddesses of Egyptian philosophy. The word itself loosely translates to force of nature. Ancient Egyptians believed that the avatars of the Hindu belief system, these forces were the living embodiments of the infinite universal lessons hidden and found within nature. Unity with nature, the all, being the highest level of understanding one could achieve. True balance is found through the reconciliation that there is a lesson within every reflection of the life experience. Light and dark, life and death, masculine and feminine, the left and right hemispheres of the brain, fear and love, every perceived pair of opposites makes up two halves of the same whole, and reconciling this space between the perception of duality allows for a balanced scale and faith in the wisdom of the all. And her name is Vocals. Ooh, she's going on the copy. She's like, don't tell. Confidence and justice, the embodiment of Ma'at, and finding love and acceptance with the all are the never-ending story of consciousness's cycle of life, death and resurrection and rebirth. This is what it means to honor the ideal of the goddess and the god, not as deities to worship, but rather powers to come into relationship with. It is to honor the holographic energies of nature's forces and appreciate what it means to embody both the masculine and feminine, not as a gendered modest operandi, but as a shimmering of the various qualities of nature. To carry the glow of the god represents an application of the left hemisphere of mind and the energies of science, logic, linear time, binary perception, physical strength, waking reality, and non-attachment. To live in the iridescence of the goddess represents the utility of the right hemisphere of mind and the energies of art, intuition, cyclical time, magic, ritual, dream, language, the astral realm, and emotion. Finding balance in the synthesis is to live this ideal in the immersive light of truth, to find what is within through what is without, and to uncover idealization without idolization. And I actually think I mentioned in the short, it's like you don't have, it's like you have eyes that see through. It's like some people have a hard, it's like when so many people meet a situation that is maybe out of balance and they know what they want to hear is what is ideal. And I know people that will tell that white lie to people to just give them what they feel they need versus what the actual truth is. So it's like they give them an idealized answer. So then they don't get the truth, right? Because it's an idealized answer. It's like, oh, this is what's ideal. This is what you prefer. So I'll just tell you that's what the answer is, even if that's not the truth. And then that's like almost like putting that person into a space of being idolized on a level. Because I think about how we can idolize, like, I don't know, famous people. But it's like you become in that space like, oh, it's almost like you become just like, maybe, I don't know how to say it. It's like that you become a liar, honestly, in that very moment that you act, that not you, but a person who acts like that. It's like, be the truth. If it's really that sensitive a situation, then obviously use that discernment. However, if you're keeping someone from being their whole self simply because you can't we can't let go of fear and let somebody know what the actual truth is instead of the ideal truth, which whoever's coming here, that's not how who's ever coming here walks through life. They don't walk through life in a way where they're not going to sugarcoat something for someone. You know, you're not going to say, oh, that thing that you want to believe, yeah, that's how it is. Sure, basically. you don't have idealized eyes where you're not afraid to let people know what the actual clarity of the truth is, even if it's not what they want to hear or what they want to see. And to uncover idealization without idolization. To uncover idealization. It's like to be sovereign, to see in the world how you would like to be without turning those people into like almost versions of like demigods and goddesses on a level, to turn them into idols as something above you, right? Or it's to say that you're not equal to those that gave you that inspiration, right? That means that they're above you, which means that that's something that it will always be out of your reach, right? Because if it's an idol and you're working to bring something in that you're seeing in another that you're idolizing, not idealizing, and you're idolizing, that means that thing is out of reach for you. However, if you're working through that energy in more of an idealization, not an idolization, it's like you feel like there's a camaraderie between you and that individual that's inspiring you in that way. And there isn't like, oh, this person is above me. This person may know more in something, possibly. However, that is that spark of, inspired action towards things for yourself, because no one is greater or less than another in this energy sense. So it's like to not place yourself lower than another simply because they seem to embody a power of sorts. It's like when people embody a whole version of themselves where they're just flowing through life, they almost feel like they're living like above the reality of everyone else. But it's not. They're living a version of themselves that is more in alignment, more synchronized with that vibrant version of self that they are the vibrant version of themselves. They're not afraid to be that vibrant version of themselves. I think about people in the world that aren't afraid to be themselves, even though, anyone else who act that way on a normal day would be, everybody else would look at them like, okay. But we see these other people that are famous maybe in the world being a certain way, and we're like, oh my God, I wish I could just be more like that, be more, I don't know, myself, whatever myself is, in that positive space. I feel it's like to be able to be your whole self and not be concerned of what others think so much about you. Because I think of just countless people who marched to the beat of their own drum and made it because they were unique, but they never were embarrassed for their uniqueness. They were never embarrassed for what made them different than the rest. And that leads people to forms of greatness that are limitless. And that was another part of this message at the beginning, that there was this unicorn, infinite possibility. So that's really what I feel like anyone who's coming here, you're embodying a version of yourself, is like this, the ideal version of you. And you're here to awaken others on this level. It's like you are awakened to that potential within you, and you're awakening others to that potential within them simply by being that for yourself. I pray this message helped. Live in peace. Have a great day for whatever time of day this is for you. And until next time.